Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Oh, okay. Oh, the floor is wet. This feels disgusting. So a long time ago I mentioned that in 2019 I walked the Camino de Santiago, which is a pilgrimage across Spain. And you start in France and then you walk all across Spain, and it's like 900 kilometers, I believe. If I got it wrong, I'll write it here. I never talked about the walk. I always stopped myself because the reason that I went on the walk was something that I continue to struggle with, and I thought I shouldn't talk about it until I've resolved it. And I think it's something that it's going to take me my whole life to kind of resolve. So I struggle with addictive behaviors and addictive patterns, the shame side of addiction, and when you feel like you are disappointing everybody no matter what you do. So that's what I wrote about, and I want to share it with you. No judging, bitch. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding. Okay, let's go. So the point of me doing the Camino was my addiction, and that was the reason that I told others when they asked. We all want to be someone's guide, the one to draw them to the right path and watch them grow, hoping that one day in life they will come to thank you and your accomplishment will feel so great, and you'll throw away the memory of how it became a selfish act because suddenly the reward is greater than the love and privacy two people share. What is meant to be humble will soon be broadcasted. And as I walked a little further, I realized I wanted to go back home because every day that I walked, my reason became my reward, and I was anxiously waiting to reunite. But the more that I kept telling my story, the more it seemed like I was lying to others and lying to myself. And I realized that I was equal to the rest of them. Everyone's journey is spiritual, but not for the reason that they say. We hold on to the things that burden us the most, no matter how much we try. Because the more attention we give our struggles, the more others will comment, firing up that evil inside, boosting its confidence, giving you a name, a group to identify with, and soon your reason will become your reward. And we should never tell others our dreams and our wounds until we've learned to act with or against them. The congratulations all remind you of guilty fascinations that you created in your mind, and these feelings only bring about disharmony and distrust in yourself and in others. When you're coming from a place of addiction isn't something that you pick up one day and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna do this every fucking day of my life. It's like you pick up whatever the thing that you're addicted to, which I have been to many, and you try it and you're like, fuck, like this feels good. This feels fucking amazing. This is what I want to feel every fucking day. I'm productive now. I can do this. I'm confident. I'm able to speak to people. I'm able to connect with people on a deeper level because my mind isn't constantly thinking about shit a ton of things. And your addiction is just like this fuel. And even when you're trying to heal and trying to get out of addictive behaviors, it's so fucking debilitating because all you hear is that thing in your mind. Like something goes wrong and right away, see, right now I just want to take a drug. I'm kidding. I just fucking hate planes. Okay. Something goes wrong and your first thought is, wouldn't you fucking love to have that right now? Wouldn't you love to feel that way right now? And you look for literally anything that can make you feel that way. There was a point in my life where something would happen and I'd be like out of whatever I used to do. Okay, like for example, when I used to drink a lot, I'd be out of alcohol and it's too late, the stores are closed, can I order it somewhere? No. Okay, look in my cupboard, do I have anything that can make me feel that way? I would search online, like, does this get me high, does this get me drunk? Like, that's so fucked up, bitch. And it's because like you're looking for this escape, and when you're doing it to make other people happy, you're working from a place where you still hate yourself, and it's kind of like a self-sabotage because you're not doing this for yourself. You're doing this for that praise. You're doing this for that fucking love, right? And when you work from a place like that, you are gonna fucking fall back into those traps day in and day fucking out. Okay? Like, I cannot tell you the amount of times that I have like pushed myself down to like a rock bottom just because I didn't want to upset other people. But meanwhile, inside, like, they're out having fun and I'm home, like, bawling my eyes out, fucking, I would scratch my skin, like, do all of these things just because I was so angry at everybody and every fucking thing. So I went on this walk, the Camino, because I thought to myself, like, this is something that I can improve on, right? And the more that I felt myself disappointing people because of my mood swings, or the more that I felt like giving up, and the more that I told myself, like, oh, when I get home, don't worry, like, I can go get this, don't worry, I can go get this. And I feel like there's a lot of people that don't take addiction seriously, because there was a time in my life where I was addicted to weed, and people were telling me, you can't be addicted to weed. Bitch, if I wake up and the first thing that I think of is I need to smoke that to feel better, and then I slowly slipped into a freaking bout of, like, losing my actual mind and, like, going crazy in these fucking journals, like, I can't even explain to you, like, the shit that I would write. And my other journal was worse, to be honest. This is when I was, like, trying to get better. And all I could do was, like, I felt something and I would take it more, and then I started taking so much to the point that I was, like, basically fucking brain dead. Like, that is an addiction. Like, maybe it's not addictive to you, but to somebody that's experiencing a heavy emotion and is trying to find every fucking way to get out of it, and spending all their fucking money just to feel something different, just so they don't have to feel like themselves, that is an addiction, okay? Anyways, back to what I was saying. So when I did the Camino, I told everybody that I was trying to get over my addictions, because at the time there was other ones besides the weed, okay? As I felt like I was progressing more into bad headspaces, and I would talk to people about it, and I felt like I was constantly disappointing them or distancing myself, and then trying to, integrate myself back into their lives. And I could feel these feelings of shame and guilt, and all I wanted was the stuff that I was addicted to feel better again. And I was telling people, yeah, like, I'm getting better, and in my head I was like, oh, when I get home I'm gonna get fucking plastered. Oh, when I get to my hostel I'm gonna go out and get drinks and get drunk. I feel like that feeling of expectation and living in my brain and hating everything about me and hating how I felt just caused these horrible feelings of loneliness and anger towards the world, I guess. And I was just living ahead of myself, so much so to the point that I told myself that I will never make it far, and that this was, like, the only thing that I will ever be able to do that will get me through it, and if it kills me, it kills me. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It was only when I had gotten back and I stopped the smoking, because that summer when I got back, it was terrible. The shit that I did was insane. Because I felt so alone there, but it's because I isolated myself on purpose, okay? The shit that I did that summer, I'm surprised I'm not fucking dead. I did actually get a medical condition because of it. Like, that's how bad it was, okay? Addiction is such an evil thing. It makes you believe that you are being selfless. Like, I'm not going to be an annoying person anymore. I'm not going to burden these people anymore because I feel good. But you don't realize, like, how evil it is until you're smashing things on the ground, you're freaking the fuck out at people, you're yelling at them until you take the drug, and then you go downstairs, do your thing, and then come upstairs and you're like, hi guys, I love you. Like, how damaging is that to the people around you? Like, I think about the type of person that I was and the mindset that I was in, like, and I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Enza? Like, who did you think you were to do that to someone? And I think that's the thing, is that addiction needs to start off with somebody believing that you can get better, but it cannot only be like, everything is beautiful, you're okay, you only did those things because of that. No, like, you have to fucking face the truth of it, even if it destroys you as a person. And once it destroys you, you cannot go running back to that thing that you were addicted to. Now you gotta face why it's destroying you, right? which is so difficult. I still struggle with it. Like, there's times where something will happen and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, let me just do this. And sometimes I do give in and I do it, and I'm like, why the fuck did I do that? Like, why am I putting myself back in this headspace? And it's because I want it. Because I don't want to face what I'm going through, or I don't even know where to begin, right? You know, like, even when you do therapy, like, your session is once a month. I'm not going to remember what the fuck I was freaking out about yesterday. And even if I write it down, I'm not going to feel the emotions that I was feeling in that moment. But we also can't have like an on-call therapist, right? When you're in addiction, you want sympathy. And when you see other people in addiction, you just hate them. And I think that that's the problem with this world, is that we forget that sympathy goes both ways. Or empathy goes both ways. You need to be empathetic for yourself, and you need to be empathetic for other people, right? It's that duality that everybody talks about. If you know somebody in your life that is struggling with addiction and they are trying to get better for you, just understand that if they don't get better for themselves, or if they're not doing things for themselves and they're just doing things for the praise of others, that is just another addiction, and they are trying their best. But also remember that they need that guidance. Nobody ever does this, which makes it very sad, but message me if you want to talk. Like, I say it all the time, people don't receive the support that they need from loved ones, but they can receive it from people that experience what they're going through, okay? So message me if you need to talk to somebody. Message me if you need help. Message me if you have nobody else and you just want a friend, okay? Like, I'm here. I'm always open. Follow me on here. You can message me on here. This is my Instagram. I just really want to build a community where people are understood and people are getting the help that they need. Thank you guys for watching. I love you. Bye. See you next time.